You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmet Turgut. Welcome to another edition of Turkish Football Podcast. Well, we'll recap what happened in the Week 5, and we'll preview the Champions League match, the first one for Galatasaray. They will be traveling to Germany. They will face Frankfurt, and we'll talk about that. Also, there will be postponed matches for Turkish teams in the Turkish Super League. There are going to be 3 matches on this coming Wednesday, which is today, and we'll talk about that, and we'll give you inside information in general in Turkish football. But let's recap what happened in the Week 5. Week 5 started on Saturday. It ended on Monday with Rizespor against Adberli match, and after Week 5 closed the doors, and there were 18 goals scored, and pretty much very low goal scoring again in the Turkish Super League. Again, in the Week 5, and the match of the weekend was between Fenerbahce and Trabzonspor. There was a lot of controversial things about the referee and VAR system. We'll talk about that. And let me run down what happened with the scores on Saturday. Fatih Karagümrük at home lost to Kasımpaşa 1-0. Samsunspor at home lost to Antalyaspor 2-1. Eyüpspor at home lost to Galatasaray, the top team in the Turkish Super League, 2-0. Even though Galatasaray did not look good at all, the out of shape Icardi, as you probably heard me saying in my last podcast, Osimhen's still hurt. We don't know if he's going to play this coming Thursday in the Champions League match. But overall, I think with Galatasaray winning, even though, like I said, they did not play very good football, but they surpassed Eyüpspor with 2-0, and that before the Frankfurt match on Thursday. Beşiktaş at home came back to beat Başakşehir. Beşiktaş looked good, and Cengiz Ünder scored a winning goal in the very last minutes of the match. He came in as a sub, and he scored a winning goal with a header. That was plus for Sergen Yalçın's first match in the Turkish Super League for a second time in the helms of Beşiktaş. So Beşiktaş won this match against Başakşehir. Also in this match, there was a lot of referee controversial calls. And in Konya, Alanyaspor beat Konya 2-1. On Sunday, Fenerbahce and Trabzonspor match was the match of the weekend. And in this match, in the 20th minute, Okay Yokuşlu from Trabzonspor got a second yellow card, and he was out with red card. So pretty much 70 minutes, Trabzonspor played with a man down. And also Trabzonspor scored a goal by Anaçu, and it was the 13th minute, and referee was called by VAR system to look at the video again. And Anaçu, when he went up the header, and they said that Anaçu hit the defender with his elbow. That's a very crucial call, and a lot of Trabzonspor fans, even the Trabzonspor officials after the match, were fuming about this call. And the goal that Anaçu scored in the 13th minute was disallowed. And in the very last minutes of the first half, and Nesri scored Fenerbahçe's goal, and the match ended 1-0. And Fenerbahçe, even though they won, I mean, they have played better than before. We could see attacking Fenerbahçe, not like the team that we saw under Mourinho, and they won this match. But I think that was very close. And again, I think the referee was in the center of all the attentions instead of the football in this match. So that match ended with 1-0. Fenerbahçe won that match. In Kayseri, Göztepe tied 1-1. Gaziantepspor at home beat Kocaelispor 2-0. And on Monday, Rizespor at home beat the newcomer Gençlerbirliği 1-0. Gençlerbirliği still without the point, and they're the last team in the Turkish Super League. Now, after Week 5, we see Galatasaray on top with 15 points. They scored 15 goals and allowed 1 goal, and Fenerbahçe moved into second place. They have 10 points, but they have only played 4 matches. They're going to be playing their matches today on Wednesday at home. We'll talk about that. And third place team, Trabzonspor, with same points. They have 10 points, and their goal scoring is very low. They scored 4 goals, only allowed 2 goals. The fourth place, Göztepe, fifth place, Antalya, and sixth place, Gaziantep, all have 9 points. Seventh place, Konyaspor, 8th place, Alanya, and 9th place, Samsunspor, all have 7 points. And 10th place, Beşiktaş, with 6 points. They have only played 3 matches. They have 2 more matches to play because of the European competition they were in. So those postponed matches will be happening. One of them will be happening next week, in the middle of the week, I think either Wednesday or Thursday. So on the bottom of the barrel, the 18th place last team is Gençlerbirliği with 0 point, and 17th place with Kocaelispor, another newcomer, only 1 point, and 16th place Başakşehir has 2 points. They only played 3 matches. 15th place Fatih Karagümrük has 3 points. They only played 4 matches. 14th place Kayserispor has 3 points. They only played 4 matches also. 13th place Kasımpaşa with 3 points. They also played only 4 matches. 12th place team Eyüpspor with 4 points. And 11th place Rizespor with 4 points. They only played 4 matches also. So looking at the top 3, you got Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe, and Trabzonspor. We'll see what happens after these matches that play today on Wednesday. Fenerbahçe will be at home against Alanya, the postponed match from the week 1. And Fatih Karagümrük Başakşehir will be another postponed match, and Samsunspor Kasımpaşa match from the third weekend postponed match. They'll all be happening on Wednesday today. And after these matches, I think the standings, we'll look at, I think if Fenerbahçe wins, the gap between Galatasaray and Fenerbahçe will be only 2 points. That is if they win their match on Wednesday, that postponed match. So the biggest news, I guess, we're going to talk about, as you know, the Galatasaray is the only team that represents the Turkey in the Champions League, and they start their first match, an away match in Germany, Frankfurt. So looking at the Frankfurt team, they have a very young Turkish star that plays for Turkish national team, Can Uzun. He looks good. I saw a couple of his matches, and he did not play for Turkish national team in this September. But looking at Can Uzun, I think that's going to be the biggest weapon for Frankfurt in their home field. Now, coming to Galatasaray, Galatasaray built a team for Champions League with İlkay Gündoğan, Icardi, and Osman. Osman is probably not going to be playing in this match. And they also have Trabzonspor goalie Uğurcan Çakır, who plays for Turkish national team, and along with Sané, excuse my pronunciation, Sané, and Barış Alper Yılmaz also played in the week 5 matches. He came in as a sub in the second half, so things are looking good between Galatasaray and Barış Alper. He looked good. He played pretty good match in winning against Eyüpspor. So with İlkay Gündoğan and a lot of these stars, Icardi and Galatasaray, at least should get a point out of the Frankfurt match. I wouldn't be surprised if they get the 3 points. But the thing is, you're looking at today, some of the matches that one of the opponents that Galatasaray is going to face, Union SG, won a big score, and they play very good. And that's going to be the tough team to beat, I think. So whatever that Galatasaray has to do, they have to win their home matches, because to go at least in the first 8 to advance to group stages. So Galatasaray will start the Champions League match with Frankfurt in Germany on Thursday. It will be happening the game time will be 3 p.m. Eastern time and New York time. So right now, pretty much Osman will not be playing in this match. So in the midfield, you have İlkay Gündoğan, who has very good experience in the Champions League, and Barış Alper Yılmaz, Icardi, and Torreira. Defense, they have very solid, good defense. And the problem I see, what kind of format that Okan Buruk is going to play in this match against Frankfurt. Well, with a lot of money spent to a lot of players, and this team was built for Champions League. I think we could call this the dream team of Galatasaray. They better do something good in the Champions League. Otherwise, all the money that's spent on these players, it's not going to be good for next season. Along with playing in the Champions League matches, they have Turkish Super League matches, and also pretty soon, next month, the Turkish Cup matches will start. So Galatasaray team will have a very busy next 3 months in coming. So Galatasaray, good luck to Galatasaray playing tomorrow on Thursday against Frankfurt. Let's hope that they at least collect a point or maybe 3 points against Frankfurt. But Frankfurt team is not an easy team to beat, I can tell you that. So with Galatasaray having all those stars in the lineup, they will be without pretty much Osman. But I think Icardi is not 100%, but we know, even though that he's not 100%, he did score in this past weekend in the Turkish Super League with an easy goal. So Icardi is a striker, and we have to see how he's going to do against Frankfurt. So pretty much after these Wednesday matches, the postponed matches played, and Galatasaray Frankfurt match played on Thursday, this coming Thursday, I will come back, do the preview for week 6, and talk about the Galatasaray Frankfurt match and also postponed matches for you. So listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Also visit me on X at Turkish Soccer. Also visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Please let your friends and Turkish football fans follow these sites and listen to my podcast. Again, my name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Thanks for listening to my podcast. We'll talk to you after the Galatasaray Frankfurt match, and we'll preview the week 6 in the Turkish Super League coming up. Thanks again. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.